Starting lineups have been read, and we are ready to go. Game number 2 of the Lighthouse Thanksgiving Classic. It is the Tupelo Golden Wave coming in at 6-0, wearing white jerseys, moving left to right. Wearing the gold is the Lausanne Lynx, playing their first game of the year. So you got one team in yellow playing their first game of the year. You got Tupelo, who's 6-0 coming in here, so very different points in their season right now. Tupelo knows what they're working with. Lausanne still trying to figure it out. That's James Babb getting a quick 2 on the inside, and Lausanne leads. We're at Corinth High School, home of the Warriors, and we're going to be featuring some big-time talent all day long, and it starts really with this game. We got some guys getting some Division I looks. That's one of them right there. Trey Jenkins, he gave it up. Now working it on the inside. Tupelo trying to set up a offensive set, working against Stokes on the inside. Not an easy thing to do. Stokes is going to clear the rebound. A big football recruit and a basketball recruit, Stokes is. He's somebody a lot of people are in the gym to see early. And you see that pressure from Tupelo causing Lausanne almost to turn it over, and now they do turn it over, but Babb comes up with it. Babb 1-on-3, good strong take, no good. Follow up and good. That's Rashad Williams. Tupelo now trying to work it on the inside, bounce pass, deflected and stolen by Manning. And setting things up is Nellums, Jesse Nellums. Nellums gives it to Stokes. Stokes working it to Manning. Manning looked at Babb for the cut, decided to go elsewhere. Now Babb's going to get it on the wing. A little out of his comfort zone out there. Working around. Here's Nellums. Nellums, now Stokes. Stokes with a little ball handling. Oh, and he's going to get it knocked away. He's going to been able to come up with it. It's good pressure defense from Ratliff on Stokes. Stokes checks the play call, and now we're going to set up another set for Tupelo. Excuse me, Lausanne setting up that set, and that was Babb eventually turning it over. That's Hereford running the point for Tupelo. Gives it over on the wing. That's Jones. Jones to Jenkins. Jenkins is the big recruit. Off back iron, no good. Little baseline drive and kick out, and they'll set it up again. Tupelo, Golden Wave trying to get their offense figured out. A quick shot, maybe altered a little bit by Manning, at least the presence of Manning down there altered that shot. It's Ratliff, a little rush with that shot on the inside. Was too strong, it went out of bounds, and it'll be Lausanne Lynx basketball. Lausanne it's the Lausanne Collegiate School. They're out of Memphis. Took them about an hour and a half to get here. They did make the drive this morning. Just talking to the coaching staff. Beforehand, and here's Stokes. That's who they want with the ball. He just bullies his way in. Had it stripped again. He loses it out of bounds right in front of some college coaches over there. You know several of them have their eye on Stokes. Stokes, little turnaround jumper. Ooh, he made that look smooth. Anytime a big man's got touch like that, it's something to take notice of. And Stokes gets his first 2. Babb strips that one away from Jenkins, and here comes Lausanne the other way. All the way coast to coast. I believe we're going to get a charge. Yeah, that's right. That's waved off. Going the length of the floor was Rashad Williams. He thought he had an and one, but instead it's a charge. Didn't see who it was for Tupelo. Whoever it was camped out there waiting on Williams. Hereford now on the wing to Fuller. Fuller just steps into one, lets it go, no good. Cleared off by Jenkins. Jenkins got a little motor on him. He puts it up, draws the foul, and gets the basket. Trey Jenkins, his first 2 of the game. Most of the schools showing serious interest in Trey Jenkins are on the junior college level. He could be one of those you see go to a junior college for a while and then transfer to Division I. A very heady guard, and he can flat out score. He's a 6'2" senior. He gets the roll on the free throw. He has 3. And all 3 points for the Golden Wave. Stokes will inbound. Full court pressure from Tupelo. Lausanne, a little slower paced team. They like to get up and down, but eventually they want to get the ball to Stokes in the post, and you need a set to do that. But with Tupelo, you've got a team that does not worry about the post at all. They just get up and down and run, and their style has gotten them a 6-0 record to start this one. You can see the pressure defense from Hereford. You can tell how Tupelo plays. They're hard-nosed, in-your-face defense. They create turnovers, and they get out and run. Working against that pressure and having a hard time with it is Nellums. And we've got a turnover. It'll be Tupelo basketball after the turnover. Well, Hereford is one of those guys, you could swear he's wearing the same jersey you are. He's just inside of the ball handler's jersey, just playing tremendous defense. Now Jenkins up top. Kicks it on the wing. Hereford up top, over to Jenkins. Jenkins, good bullet pass, good ball movement. Hit the in and out. Ball movement leads to the three-pointer for Joseph Jones, his first bucket. And we're all square at 6. That pressure forcing the high pass and a walk. That's Rashad Williams. He wasn't able to corral it in and start dribbling right away. He took a few steps. Tupelo and Lausanne going at it. Game number 2 of the Lighthouse Thanksgiving Classic, what has become just one of the better high school basketball showcases in the South. Jones in the lane, high floater. Thought he got the roll, but it went off the back instead. Danced around on the rim for a while and couldn't get it to go down. Quickly into the front court now. Here's Stokes, power dribble, and you can tell what Tupelo's trying to do. Every time Stokes put the ball on the floor, they're reaching in trying to strip that away. That's what happened there. Hereford missed the 3 the other way. Here comes here comes Lausanne. Going hard to the rim and drawing the foul. That's number 1 for Lausanne. My roster's a little messed up here. That's Boyce, Adam Boyce. He'll go to the line for 2. On the floor, you got Boyce, Forrest, Stokes, Manning, and Nellums for Lausanne. And Stokes cashes in the first, Boyce cashes in the first. In and out on the second. It's cleared by Hereford, and he pushes the tempo. Up ahead to Jenkins, who just lets it fly. Back iron, no good. Loose ball on the floor. Cleaned up by Tupelo. An offensive rebound and another opportunity. Here's Jones on the cut. Basket and the foul. Good ball movement again from Tupelo. Results in a basket by Jones. Last time Jones was the recipient of a pass as he set up on the corner, and you can see him on the replay cutting right down the lane, and that's a good find from Copeland. And Jones cashes in the 3-point play. Jones now with 6, and Tupelo on top, 9-7. Working against the pressure now, that's Smith. Just checked into the game, Ashton Smith, and he's having to deal with Hereford. Unable to break the pressure, and we've got a timeout by Lausanne just in time. I thought we were going to have another 5-second call. Instead, Lausanne gets the timeout. It's a 30-second timeout, and we'll take the break with them. Logan Stout bringing you the Lighthouse Thanksgiving Classic. Tupelo and Lausanne. More to come after this.
Woke up L8, freaked, then remembered McD's all day be fast. Hashtag boom shakalaka laka.
At McDonald's, yes. Hashtag all day breakfast, so good.
Yo, McDonald's is serving breakfast all day now?
5 goal hand emojis. Hashtag Bay.
At Cows Go Mookie, faux show.
Here at McDonald's, thank you for serving all-day breakfast. Heart emoji, everyone on earth. Retweet. Favorite your retweet.
It's time for hashtag all day breakfast. Smiley tongue face emoji.
Woke up LA.
Lausanne with the basketball, trailing by 2. On the, it's kind of like a dribble drive motion offense. It results in Boyce just flying into the lane, drawing the contact. I believe they're going to say it was a shooting foul. And Boyce goes to the line for 2. He was 1 for 2 on the day. And he airballs the first of 2 here. It's early. 11, just a little shy of noon here in Corinth. Players not used to playing that early in the day. That's what I'm going to blame the air ball on. He catches in the second. It's a 1-point advantage for Tupelo now with the basketball. That's Jalen Copeland. Slashing in the lane from the corner. A kick out back to Copeland. Copeland now. A bullet pass on the inside. Jones couldn't handle it. But then Lausanne carelessly turns the ball right back over. Hereford, guarded closely by Smith. Yeah, how about this battle? These 2 young, quick guards. And here's Jones slashing in. No call on the contact. He missed the putback as well. Still loose, batted around. Finally cleared out of there by Lausanne, and here they come the other way. Bounce pass to no one, out of bounds. Another careless turnover from Lausanne. That's kind of what you expect from this Lausanne team, not because they're not skilled, but it's because they're 0-0 on the year. This is their first game, and they're going against a 6A power like Tupelo. Addison Miller is one of the bigs who's checked into the game for Lausanne. He has replaced Stokes for the time being. Hereford over on the wing. Now Jenkins splitting the double team. Kicks it out on the wing. Shot up no good. That's cleared by Copeland. Copeland battling for it. Comes up with it. Good strong rebound by him. Now Copeland up top. Goes right by Babb. Takes the shot, and I believe they're going to wave that off and call a charge. They are. That is a charging foul on Jalen Copeland. He's not happy with that call, and I can't say I blame him. Looked like the defender was moving with him as he drew the contact. And we're going to have a carrying violation against Lausanne in the backcourt. That's Rashad Williams. About 4 or 5 turnovers now from Lausanne that have just been unforced errors. We're inside a minute to play in the first quarter. Tupelo leads by 1. Here's Jenkins, hard to the rim. He's going to be fouled by Smith. Ashton Smith getting a piece of the arm. And we'll see Jenkins at the line again. He's 1 for 2. It's been a quick first quarter. Only 8 fouls called. That adds to the pace of play. And Jenkins knocks through the first. He's good with both. Jenkins down with 5. Tupelo on top by 2. Lausanne with the basketball. Big, long diagonal pass, and it's too tall for Stokes, which means it was really tall. That was Rashad Williams. He had the right idea. You want to throw the diagonal pass when you have it. It breaks the pressure almost instantly and can create an easy basket if you can complete that pass, but he overshot Stokes. 33 seconds to play. It's a 3-point advantage for Tupelo. I believe I said 2 just a second ago. It's a 3-point advantage, 11-8. Hereford now up top, 15 seconds to play. Copeland on the wing, back up to Hereford. Now Jenkins on the wing. Jenkins penetrates with the left, stop, and kind of a windmill wild shot Tupelo now leads 13-8. The desperation heave well short. Tupelo finishes with the basket from Jenkins. An impressive showing from them in the first quarter. We will head to the second. Logan Stout bringing you the Lighthouse Thanksgiving Classic from Corinth High School on SUV TV.
Breakfast is the most important decision you'll ever make. Deals are made over bacon. Global trade runs on eggs. And when world peace happens, I'm pretty sure cinnamon rolls are gonna have something to do with it. I have no idea what happens over yogurt, but we got that too. Oh, all day.
Tupelo with the basketball to begin the second quarter. They lead the Lausanne Lynx by 5. And Tupelo looks content to sit there and just stare at the 3-2 zone look from Lausanne. In fact, Lausanne might actually be matching up out of this now. No, it's still a matchup zone is what it's going to end up being for Lausanne. They're going to have to come out and force Tupelo's hand on this, or else Tupelo will sit and just kill clock. And sure enough, they get a turnover out of it. Quickly the other way, 2 long strides, a tip in. They're going to wave that off, basket interference. I can't believe we didn't have a whistle there. There's a lot of contact as Jesse Neelums went to the rim hard, and that ball was actually going to fall in, but flying in, and credit him for being aggressive. Rashad Williams was flying in for the tip in, but he's called for basket interference. Checking in for Tupelo, had a little delay there. Jaron Hoover is going to check in 5'11" senior guard. Lausanne really trying to extend that pressure. They don't want to be too greedy with it, though, and it's going to give up a jump shot right in the middle of the lane. Shot up, no good, though. They clear the board, trailing by 5. Lausanne needs a bucket, looking for Stokes on the inside. He's got a mismatch of all kinds of sorts. He lost the ball on the first shot, got his rebound, and he's fouled on the second. I tell you, you do not want to be in a post battle with Stokes. If he looks familiar and is kind of built familiar, that's because he's the brother of Jarnell Stokes, who plays for the Memphis Grizzlies right now. Jarnell was a star for the University of Tennessee. And he has the same look, same build, and is considered a much more highly recruited football star than a basketball star, but nonetheless getting looks from Memphis and Tennessee, both in basketball as well. Can't convert on the first, and the second rolls around, no good. Babb tries to put back, no good. Saved in bounds. It's going to land right in front of me, and I'm going to get a feather in my hat because I protected the computers and the basketball equipment over here, or the video equipment over here for the SUV TV folks. Tupelo now working against that matchup pressure, and Lausanne really stretches it out at times. It leads to a wide open 3 on the wing, no good from Copeland. Stokes, good outlet pass. Here's Lausanne in transition, and it's 1-on-5. And instead, I thought they were going to pull it out, but instead, that's a good strong take from Williams. He acted like he was going to pull that ball out and try to set up a set, but instead he reverse spins and gets to the hole, draws the foul. Rashad Williams at the line for 2, and he gets the first. And we're going to have a timeout, I believe, from Tupelo here. It is a 30-second timeout. More action coming your way. Don't go anywhere. It's the Lighthouse Thanksgiving Classic, Lausanne and Tupelo in this one.
Most weekends only last a couple of days. Some last a lifetime. Hampton, we go together.
Williams at the line for the second of his 2 free throws. You don't usually see coaches call timeouts in the middle of 2 free throws. That's what they did there. He cans the second. Williams now with 4, and Lausanne in a full court pressure. They said forget the zone, forget the half court play. We're going to press full court now. And that is a strong take on the inside, but Stokes stonewalled it. And in transition, it's Williams for 3. Had a good rhythm to that shot, but in and out, no good. Now Stokes. What a move by Stokes. Just a quick spin move. Had it knocked away, missed 2 or 3 opportunities in there. And here comes Tupelo in transition. Good look down, pump fake, shot up, no good. That's twice he's gone against Stokes in there, and both times it's been unsuccessful. That's Jet Johnson, 6'3" sophomore. Twice he went right at Stokes, and both times Stokes held his ground. I mentioned he's a bigger recruit in football than he is in basketball. He's wanted as an offensive tackle. Quickly, his offers in football now. Alabama, Auburn, Cincinnati, Florida State, and Memphis. So you put that list right there up against any other kid's list in the country with football, and that is just an impressive list. There's Babb on the wing. He can shoot it a little bit, knocks that one through. Babb now with 4. I don't think that was a three-point attempt. I think it was just 2. 13-12 is your score. A wild shot attempt is actually blocked by Stokes. Stokes thought he drew the charge, but instead, here it comes the other way. Knocked out of his hands, out of bounds. That was on the attack. Jesse Nellums, the point guard for Lausanne. Baseline out of bounds plays. The pace of play has gotten a little wild, and that's what you'll have all day long. Just about every team here plays up and down, up tempo, and every once in a while it'll get sloppy like that. You got to think Lausanne is wanting to get Stokes another touch in the post. There's just nobody Tupelo has that can run at him that can match his size. They're doing a good job sitting on him. Front side defense in the post. They want to get in between him and the ball, and that's exactly what they're doing. You can see the battle underneath. Here's Nellums. Spin move, drops it off to Babb. Babb with the jump stop, off glass, no good. And Tupelo clears and will head the other way. Tupelo with a 1-point advantage. They've been in the lead pretty much from the tip. Lausanne jumped out to a quick 4-0 lead, but that quickly was erased, and now Tupelo clings to the 1-point advantage. Jenkins now on the wing, a little baseline drive, losing control. It's Ratliff. In fact, they're saying it was knocked away by Babb. Boyce will check in for Lausanne, along with Miller. Babb will get a breather. On the interior, erased by Stokes. I've got him with 2 blocks now and a couple stands on the inside. That was Copeland, Jalen Copeland, the junior forward, going up against Stokes, and Stokes just wiped that one away. There's Jenkins now on the wing. Jenkins going to let this one go from deep. Back iron, no good. Can't find his touch or his rhythm early on in this one. Williams the other way, looking on the inside to Stokes and getting his hand in there and knocking that ball away. What a defensive play that was. I'm going to get his number. That is Ratliff. I wasn't able to see who it was at first. Nick Ratliff. He's been very aggressive with Stokes on the inside. Anytime Stokes gets a look or a catch or anything, he's got his hands in there trying to break that up. E.J. Fuller now on the wing to Jenkins. Jenkins back up top to, well, I thought he was throwing to Fuller. Instead, it's Jones. Now Fuller. Fuller thought he had Jones on a cut, but instead it'll be Jenkins up top. No hurry from this Tupelo offense as they face a packed-in Lausanne defense. Now Jones going to let a three go. Front iron, no good. Cleared off by Boyce. Here comes Boyce the other way, pushing tempo a little. Hides behind Stokes. Now goes with the right hand, wildly into the lane. Addison Miller, now Stokes. Stokes just burrows his way in and then goes off the glass for two. If they're not going to call that, Stokes is going to have his way in this one. He's got four. Lausanne now in the lead. And a quick turnover from Tupelo. Here's Boyce. Boyce on the inside. A little teardrop floater, no good. Miller tips it. And a shot is good for Forrest. Sky Forrest, freshman, picks up two. And Lausanne stretches a 3-point advantage on Tupelo. That prompts a full timeout from Tupelo. We'll take the break too. I'm Logan Stout. We're bringing you this broadcast on SUV TV.
When you make it, when you reach the top, join an exclusive country club, acquire exotic automobiles, fill a garage, engage in investment banking, be a venture capitalist. Then when it's all said and done, head to a steakhouse. Your steakhouse.
It's anything but traditional. A double portion of juicy marinated steak loaded with toppings and grilled to go. The new Boss Wraps, only at Taco Bell.
When you make it, when you reach the top, join an exclusive country club, acquire exotic automobiles, fill a garage, engage in investment banking, be a venture capitalist. Then when it's all said and done,
Ready to play with 2:19 to play in the first half. Tupelo now trails Lausanne 16-13. Tupelo with the basketball in white, moving left to right against full court pressure from Lausanne wearing all yellow. Boyce got a deflection there, but it ends up in the hands of Jenkins. Jenkins and Jones are the only two players for Tupelo that have scored. They've had several interior opportunities, but have not been able to score on the inside. That's because Stokes has been erasing them all. Right when I say that, good interior passing in the first two for Ratliff. Ratliff has the tough task of being matched up against Stokes. Ratliff is guarding Stokes on this end. And you can see the battle that they're having. Floater in the lane is good. A good-looking shot there. Rashad Williams, he now has 6. 2 field goals and 2 free throws. Copeland bounce pass to Jenkins. Jenkins back to Copeland. Little finger roll in the lane. Shot up, no good. Cleared off by Stokes. Lausanne in transition. Good front court pass. That's Sky Forrest for 3. He has 5. And Lausanne has stretched out a 6-point advantage with a minute to play here in the first half. Long diagonal pass over the defense. Here's Copeland, and oh my goodness, what a collision. Stokes called for the foul, and my goodness, what a shot Jones took as he went hard to the rim. And in fact, that is going to be called a flagrant foul on Stokes. Stokes was quick to complain about that call, and I think Stokes' argument here is that you might be able to see it on the replay. I think Stokes' argument here is that he went for the ball, and that while that is accurate, he went awfully hard and got a whole lot of body in the process. Fortunate for Jones, he got up after it. It's an offensive tackle flying through the air and getting a whole lot of body. Jones is outweighed by about 70 pounds or so in that matchup. He converts on both, and Jones will head to the bench. Looks like might be a hip that he's favoring there. Hereford now. Jenkins on the wing. It's Hereford and Jenkins back and forth. Jenkins, after the interior pass, kicks it out to him, and he lets that one fly and knocks it through. And the lead is now 1. That was a big possession for Lausanne, or a big possession for Tupelo, I should say, as they get the 2 free throws and the 3. It was a 5-point possession. The 6-point lead is now 1. Tupelo off the turnover in transition. A lot of contact, no foul. And the other way, it's an easy 2 for Boyce. Boyce now with 4. 20 seconds to play in the first half. Lausanne by 3. 23-20 is your score. Lausanne by 3. We got a foul on the inside as Hereford went to attack. 13.7's what the clock reads. Are they going to say Hereford was shooting there? I didn't think he was. No, they're not. I think he tried to sell it. He immediately went to the free throw line, but he was looking to pass the whole way on that attack. And so he'll be the man triggering the inbound pass. He's got Manning right in front of him. Gets it by him. Copeland kicks it out. 3 on the way. Left iron, no good. Cleared off by Miller. Here comes Lausanne. 5 seconds to play in the first half. Here's Williams all the way to the hole. He had it stripped, and then the follow attempt was swatted out of there. Didn't get to see who the follow-up attempt was by. I had a coach standing between me and the action, but it is 23-20. We'll head to the half. Lausanne on top after trailing most of the first half. They lead the Tupelo Golden Wave. We'll be back with the second half right here on SUV TV.
The feeling of the perfect shot feels effortless to me. Right when I release that shot, it just feels serene and quiet. It's only me and the rim and the basketball. With my height, to have an impact and to be the player that I wanted to be, I needed to change my shot, and that was going to be something that would be beneficial for the long term. The process started just breaking my shot down from the initial release to the follow-through. And there were days that I couldn't even get the ball to the rim. There were days that I couldn't go outside of the paint area. It was very frustrating to not be able to shoot the way that I wanted to. The hardest part of that process was definitely the patience. But if I just stuck to getting better every day, eventually I would be able to shoot where I wanted to, anywhere on the floor. I went through some tough days, but found a way to just persevere and see it through. It starts with a great base and great foundation. It allows everything to feel perfect. I can do all things.
This is the most important decision you'll ever make. Deals are made over bacon. Global trade runs on eggs. And when world peace happens, I'm pretty sure cinnamon rolls are gonna have something to do with it. I have no idea what happens over yogurt, but we got that too. Oh, all day.
Lausanne and Tupelo ready to go for the second half. It's game number 2 of the Lighthouse Thanksgiving Classic. A little bit of a confusion as to which end teams are going on. And it'll be Tupelo basketball going right to left now. That was the confusion there. It's early on in the season for the officials too. Jenkins led all scorers in the first half with 10, but his Golden Wave, they trail Lausanne by 3. And Tupelo led for the majority of that first half. Lausanne got out to a 4-0 lead, and then it was all Tupelo until a run with about 3 minutes to go in the 3 minutes to go in the second quarter is whenever Lausanne made their run. They got back on top and held it the last couple of minutes. They lead by 3. Got Stokes and Babb on the inside of this 2-3 zone for Lausanne. Looks like it'll be Manning and Williams and Boyce on top for Lausanne, but it's good interior passing, and that led to a quick bucket for Tupelo. That was Ratliff getting the 2 on the inside. Stokes now pushes it in transition, gives it up. Williams can't get it to go. Stokes cleans it up for 2. Good penetrating kick from Hereford out to Jenkins. That's the shot they wanted. Jenkins in transition, wide open for 3, no good. Here comes Lausanne. It's Nellums. I called him Boyce earlier. It's actually Nellums running the point duties for Lausanne. There's Babb, 15-footer. That's his shot. It's no good. Manning clears it off, clears some space, spin move, then had it blocked. What a defensive play there from Fuller. E.J. Fuller getting up to make the block. Hereford pushing it in transition, overshoots Jones. Jones and Jenkins accounted for 18 of Tupelo's 20 points in the first half. But he was unable to come up with that one. It went out of bounds and a turnover. Here comes the other way, a quick, smooth jumper. That's Nellums. Nellums, that's actually his first 2. He's got several assists to his name, but that was his first 2 of the game. Hereford now on the wing, it's Jenkins. Jenkins on the interior, shot up, no good, off back iron. That was Fuller. Williams now working, kicks it over to Nellums. Nellums to Babb in the corner. Babb a little out of his comfort zone over there, gives it up. Williams on the inside to Stokes. Stokes surveying the defense, back out to Williams. That's a good look. Front iron, no good. Stokes fights for the rebound, has it stripped away out of bounds. Stokes now up top to Nellums, and Nellums shuffled his feet before he started that offensive possession. Turnover for Lausanne. Kind of a stalemate here as Lausanne content to pack in that defense and Tupelo content to just stare at it for a little while as Hereford and Jones are just playing pitch and catch. Now Jenkins on the wing, little bounce pass on the inside, blocked by Stokes, and then Stokes throws it off the face of the Tupelo player, Ratliff. Ratliff had his shot blocked by Stokes. Stokes caught it inbounds and then threw it off Ratliff, who's holding his face like he took that off his face. I've only seen that done one other time. That was in college basketball. It would have been Josh Harrelson throwing it off of Jared Sullinger's face. in the NCAA tournament a couple years ago. It's funny how you remember weird instances like that. You just don't see it very often. There's a skip pass from Babb. He was trying to lead Manning to the goal, but Manning did not get the message as he led him too far. That one went out of bounds. Another turnover from Lausanne. Lausanne, lots of turnovers to start this second half. And I've said it a couple times, but this is Lausanne's first game of the year, so you expect the turnovers from them. Tupelo, on the other hand, is 6-0. Here's Hereford on the wing. Lobbed on the inside, good ball movement. Hereford skip pass to Jones. Jones up to Hereford. Hereford now on the inside. A wild shot attempt. It was blocked from behind, but Ratliff will go to the line for 2. Checking in for Tupelo, it'll be Copeland and Hamilton. As Ratliff's first, front iron, dances around and goes in. Ratliff now with 5. Kylan Hamilton, not a lot of time in the first half, so this may be his first minutes. Number 3, standing on the perimeter for Tupelo. And Ratliff cashes in the second. We got a good one on our hands. It's a 3-point advantage for Lausanne, having a hard time with this pressure in the second half, and right on cue, Stokes looking for a Sky Forrest, a freshman who's getting some minutes. He's got 5 points, actually. Stokes was looking for Forrest and let him out of bounds. Jenkins way up top. Not out of his range, but probably not the best place to pull from. And losing the handle, loose ball on the floor, diving for it. Lausanne's going to come up with it. They almost turn it right back over. In fact, they do. Here comes Jenkins in transition for Tupelo. Jenkins thought about pulling. He went right around Babb, kissed it off the glass, no good. Stokes clears the rebound, but then is reached in on and fouled by Copeland. Here's Babb up ahead, looking for Forrest. It went through Forrest's hands, thrown behind him a little bit. And here comes Copeland now for Tupelo. Neither team playing real efficient basketball here in the second half. I guess that's the polite way to put it. Now we've got Jones up top. Jones swings it on the wing, 3-ball on the way, back iron, no good. Cleared off by Copeland. He had a cutter, went through his hands, but it lands in the hands of Jenkins. Jenkins lets a 3 go, no good. Here comes Nellums the other way, in transition, flying to the hoop. Soft kiss off the glass for Nellums. Nellums now has 4. Jenkins into the front court, sizing up this 3-2 defense that Lausanne has gone to in the second half. It's a packed-in 3-2. They're not coming out and trapping out of it or anything like that. They have the athletes to do that with. 3-ball in the corner. I don't know how, but that banked in. Kylan Hamilton, his first basket of the game. The rarely seen corner banked 3 from Kylan Hamilton. Here's Forrest now, 15-footer, in and out, no good. Stokes just skies above everyone else and takes the rebound, but then he lost it once he got to the ground. Jenkins into the front court. Little drop-off pass, shot blocked. Maybe another opportunity for Copeland, but Nellums knocks the ball away out of bounds. It'll remain Tupelo basketball. It's a 2-point game now. Stokes to the bench. Your score 29-27 in favor of Lausanne. Jenkins on the inbound. Good look and a good inbound play. That's Ratliff sneaking in for 2. Full court pressure from Tupelo as the game is tied. Drop pass from Williams to Babb, and Babb gets an easy 2. He has 6. Back and forth we go. All of a sudden, the turnovers finally broke, and it's some good offense has broken out. Skip pass to Jenkins. Jenkins on the interior to Copeland. Copeland bullet, no look pass on the inside to Ratliff, and he gets 2. Tupelo fired up. The score is tied 31 all with 1:41 to play in the third. And we've got instant replay. We'll get a look at that look from Copeland. It was just a quick no-look bullet pass on the inside, and Ratliff puts it in for 2. It is a full timeout, so we'll take a break. Logan Stout bringing you the Lighthouse Thanksgiving Classic from Corinth High School on SUV TV.
Most weekends only last a couple of days. Some last a lifetime. Hampton, we go together.
Lausanne to inbound. It's a tie game, 31-all, with 1:41 to play in the third. Lausanne has gone to multiple guards in their lineup now to handle this pressure. It didn't work. There's another turnover. Here comes Ratliff flying into the front court, regains composure, then has it blocked by Williams. Williams comes back the other way. Williams stops at the free throw line, turns around, kicks it out, 3 on the way, no good. Here comes Tupelo. It's Copeland into the front court, 2-on-1. He takes it himself and lays it in. Jalen Copeland with his first 2. Into the front court now. Here's Boyce. Boyce with the right hand. Loses control. He's going to be called for the walk, even though he never really had possession of that basketball. It was knocked away very early by Kylan Hamilton. Quick hands from Hamilton. Tupelo is going to bring their point guard Hereford back in at the next break. But this is Jenkins into the front court. Under a minute to play in the third quarter. Tupelo now on top by 2. And here's Copeland in the lane trying to get his second 2 of the game. He missed, but it was cleaned up by Fuller. Now a trap in the backcourt, and I believe we've got a foul. It happened in front of the bench, and I wasn't able to see exactly what happened, but from the reaction from the coaching staff to my left, the Tupelo High School coaching staff, we do have a whistle on the trap. That was the freshman, Sky Forrest, with the ball just pinned in the corner over there, not where you want to be against a trap. Lausanne gets the ball inbounded. It's Boyce. Boyce tried to throw a bounce pass, but it was kicked by Jenkins. Tupelo they had the lead early, lost it at the end of the first half, and now they've battled back, and Tupelo leads by 4. Working against that full court pressure. Lausanne in the front court, stepping on the sideline over there is Sky Forrest. Another turnover for Lausanne. Tupelo has cranked up the pressure. Under 30 seconds to play in the third. Jenkins in the lane. Wild shot. Lost it. Forrest with the rebound. Forrest gets it over to Smith. Smith one-arms one back to Forrest. Forrest into the lane, kicks out. 3 on the way. Got it. That's Adam Boyce with the big shot. He's got 7, and it's a 1-point game. And Tupelo had a shot at the buzzer, but the buzzer sounded before the shot attempt. It was missed anyway. And quickly, the third quarter comes to an end, and that was a huge shot from Adam Boyce to cut the lead to 1. 37-35 is your score. I'm getting mixed up on the score here. It is Tupelo on top, and we'll be back after this break on SUV TV.
This is the most important decision you'll ever make. Deals are made over bacon. Global trade runs on eggs. And when world peace happens, I'm pretty sure cinnamon rolls are going to have something to do with it. I have no idea what happens over yogurt, but we got that too. Oh, all day.
All right, let's set the stage for you. It's the fourth quarter. We finally got the scoreboard figured out here in the building. It's we got 2 scoreboards we're working with here. We got one that's ran by SUV TV, and that's very difficult to keep track of the score in the game when we're operating a bunch of other things. So we got that one. But then there's the scoreboard in the gym that had given a 3-pointer to Tupelo whenever it was Lausanne that hit it. So here's your score. It's Tupelo on top of Lausanne, 35-34. As we head to the break. It is Tupelo 35, Lausanne 34. We'll get it sorted out here eventually, and it'll be Lausanne basketball. The big 3 from Boyce right at the end of the 3rd quarter there cut the lead to 1. So Lausanne with the basketball and a chance to take the lead here. It's Nellums. Nellums working against Jenkins. This is a good matchup right here. And now it's Smith. Smith scoops it to Forrest. Forrest in the lane. 10-footer, he got it. Sky Forrest, he's got 7 now, and Lausanne with the lead. Lausanne 36, Tupelo 35. Stokes takes that one away. Hereford lost control in the lane. Now Smith. Smith into the front court. Working with the right hand in the lane, kicks it to Stokes. Stokes on the baseline. He wants to make a move. Good spin move. What a move from Isaiah Stokes. He finishes on the inside off the glass. He now has 8. 38-35 your score. Lausanne on top by 3 with 7 to play. This is shaping up to be some contest. Jenkins wants to tie it up right here, and he does. Trey Jenkins for 3. He has 13. That's his first points of the second half, and they were big ones. 38 all. Into the front court. Stolen away. Here comes Ratliff. Scoop pass to Jenkins. A layup is good. Jenkins with 2 more. He now has 15. And Lausanne trails by 2 now. Tupelo in front. Ball's knocked away. Here's another layup opportunity. No good. Cleared off by Nellums. Boy, Lausanne catches a break there. 6.5 to play in the 4th and final quarter. Nellums to Forrest. Forrest on the inside to Stokes. That's who they want with the basketball. Stokes going to work. Bullies his way in, and they're going to call a charge on Stokes as that's Ratliff holding his ground on the inside. Lots of substitution. That's Copeland coming in and Jones coming in for Tupelo. Rashad Williams. It'll be Williams, Nellums, Stokes, Forrest, and Smith on the floor for Lausanne. This is Hereford with the basketball for Tupelo. Into the front courts, Jenkins on the wing. Jenkins hits Ratliff on a beautiful cut, and Ratliff finishes for 2. Correction, that's E.J. Fuller for 2. Now Nellums into the front court. Nellums skip pass ahead to Williams, who gets an easy 2. Rashad Williams now with 8 in the game. Now Copeland into the front court. It's Tupelo on top by 2. Copeland floater in the lane. Didn't get to see the call. It is a charge. I didn't get to see the call. I had somebody in my way, but that is a charge. Stokes stood his ground and took the charge on the inside. So with 5.5 to play, Tupelo on top of Lausanne, 42-40. It'll be Lausanne basketball to inbound, and we've got puddles of sweat on the floor. That's probably courtesy of Copeland and Stokes as they collided and both went to the ground. Got the towels out and got that cleaned up. And we're poised for a tremendous finish in this one. It's a 2-point game. Here comes Nellums into the front court. He's tripped from behind. That's an inadvertent trip, and that's Jones who got tangled up with him. Joseph Jones called for the foul. Exactly 5.5 to play, and we've got even more condensation, sweat, something on the floor over here to our left. We got more towels out to clean that up, and this is going to be an official's timeout, I believe, to take care of this. The three from Jenkins you're seeing there, that was the three that tied it up earlier in the game. And Lausanne now Tupelo now clings to the 2-point advantage, 42-40, and we are at exactly 5.5 to play. If you're just tuning in, don't go anywhere. This could be one of the better ones we've seen at the Lighthouse Classic. It's shaping up to be that way. Stokes finally gets the ball in bounds, but it's turned over. Here comes Jenkins into the front court. Jones coasts to the layup. An easy 2 for Joseph Jones. He has 10. Full court pressure from Tupelo. They're trying to finish this thing right now. Here comes Jenkins in the lane. He's fouled. They're not going to call goaltending on that. I do believe it was still on the way up, but Jenkins fouled underneath as he was shooting. Williams came flying in to swat that one away. And Ratliff will check in for Tupelo. Jenkins will get 2. Jenkins has 15. Make it 16 now for Jenkins. Jenkins with multiple looks from junior colleges. A couple D1s have visited practices, but no offers. It looks like junior college, at least for the first 2 years, will be his destination. Probably a school in the Memphis area is what the coaching staff believed, but of course there's no final word on that. It's the kid's decision, and not committed yet that I have been told. But he cans them both, and it'll be Nellums working against Jenkins into the front court. Lausanne in need of some offense. They're down 6, and they're going to go to Stokes, who kicks it back out to Nellums for 3. Back iron, rattles around, no good. Cleared out of there by Copeland. Here comes Hereford. Spin move into the front court. It's Jenkins. Jenkins thought about the step back, now back up top to Hereford. Hereford, nobody on him, thought about penetrating and attacking. Brings it out, guarded by Smith. Jenkins thought about the 3, now goes with the left hand. Floater in the lane, too strong, no good. Chased after his own rebound. Last touch by Stokes, they say. Tupelo basketball underneath their own hoop. Quick inbound pass to Jones. He can't make the shot. Manning got a hand on it, and then it was knocked out of bounds. And it'll be Lausanne basketball. Jones with a fairly easy opportunity there, but I believe Manning got a hand on it. And it's 46-40. Lausanne with the basketball again, trailing by 6. They weren't able to score last time. Here's Smith into the front court. Reverse pivot. Kicks it over to Williams, and it went through Williams' hands. Out of bounds. Turnover on Lausanne with 4:17 to play. Tupelo with the lead by 6 and the basketball. Hereford into the front court, guarded closely by Smith. Kicks it over to Copeland. Copeland up top to Jenkins. Jenkins on the wing. Running through an offensive set. They want Jones on that cutter cut that he's had several times. He gets it and is unable to finish, but he'll go to the line for 2. That offense ends up in what some coaches would call a cutter's cut. Kind of varies from state to state what different coaches and different systems call that cut. It's always been cutters to me, and that's Jones has used that several times. He starts on the opposite wing, cuts towards the ball, and then right when he gets to the free throw line extended on the side the ball is, he makes a hard cut, more like right in the middle of the free throw line, makes a hard cut to the block. It's very hard to defend. If you're a step behind at all, it's an easy 2, especially for someone with a length like Jones has. Little confusion as to who the foul is on. They're going to give it to Hereford. No, correction. They would give it to Hereford. They're holding up one finger. I thought they were giving it to number 1. And they are. That's well, that would be Lausanne, so that would be Adam Boyce whistled for the foul. Jones misses the front end, though. This is a chance for Tupelo to, I don't want to say put it away. They lead by 6. But with under 4 minutes to play, you stretch it out to a 3-possession game. You got to feel pretty good about your chances if you're the 6-0 Tupelo Golden Wave. Let's see if Jones can convert the second. Joseph Jones. And he's got it. Jones is 6'1" senior, playing in his final season for the Golden Wave. He gives them a 7-point advantage. Jones now with 11. This will be Williams dropping it off to Stokes. Stokes burrows his way in, misses the shot, cleans it up, and puts it in. Isaiah Stokes with 2 more. He now has 10. And the advantage is just 5 now for Tupelo. Jenkins in the corner, up top to Hereford. Now Copeland. Copeland up to Jones. Jones looking at Ratliff on the inside, decided not to do it, but he dribbled it off. I thought he dribbled it off his knee, but instead it was deflected by a Lausanne defender. It's a 5-point advantage for Tupelo. Tupelo with 3:08 to play has the lead and the ball. Hereford up top, and now they're facing a 3-2 zone from Lausanne, and Lausanne can't afford to stay in this for too long. They got to come out and play, and now they do. Here's Copeland. Copeland guarded closely by Williams. Jenkins matched up against Neelums. Really doing a good job, ball security here and wasting the clock. Here's Jenkins now against Neelums. Out near the volleyball spike line, it's Hereford. Hereford drop pass to Jones. Jones shuffled his feet, and Tupelo kicks the ball out. Here's Hereford. Jump shot, 15-footer is good. That was a great possession from Tupelo. They wasted a lot of clock, and they get a 2 at the end of it. It's a 7-point advantage for the Golden Wave. That prompts a timeout from head coach Kenneth White. In Lausanne, they call the timeout. And we'll take a quick break. As we send you to the break, here's the replay of the jumper from Hereford. It's Tupelo on top by 7. Lausanne with the basketball, trailing by 7. We'll see what the coaching staff has drawn up for this possession. If I'm Lausanne, you don't have to have a 3 here, but it would be nice. Would cut the lead to 4, maybe draw up a set for one of your shooters. We'll see what they do. It's Neelums. Neelums up top now. Kicks it. That's Boyce with a jump stop floater in the lane. How about that shot from Adam Boyce? A big 2, and the lead is just 5 for Tupelo. Here's Hereford into the front court. And you know Hereford wants to waste some clock. He gets in the lane. Floater, no good. I thought he was going to kill clock, but instead he shoots a shot and misses. Here comes Williams. Skip pass to Boyce. Boyce goes baseline, loses control, and is called for the charge. Standing in his way was Nick Ratliff, and he took a huge charge. In for Lausanne, getting his first minutes. This will be Eric Gray. That's a defensive substitution. He's probably a tremendous defender, because that's what Lausanne needs right now, is a quick steal, and if not, you can't waste too much time before you think about the foul. Here's Hereford with the right hand, now crossing over. He's working against Boyce. Now it's Jenkins, and Jenkins working against Gray, who just subbed in, and that's just the 6th foul on Lausanne. It'll be Michael Manning checking in, and we're going to have a timeout from Tupelo. We got some coaches really starting to pull the strings here with offensive and defensive substitutions. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll take the break too. Tupelo leads by 5. You're watching the Lighthouse Classic on SUV TV. It'll be Tupelo basketball underneath their own goal. They lead by 5. 49-44, clock down to a minute 15. You wonder how long Lausanne can go without fouling. They can try to get the steal, and it's a backdoor cut, layup, no good. Ratliff thought he was fouled, but no call. Here comes Williams into the front court. Kicks it in the corner, pump fake, skip pass. Gray thought about the 3, kicks it out. That's a huge one on the way. Left it short. That was Smith. No good. And now we've got a foul. Williams was grabbing Jenkins from behind, just trying to keep him from getting the breakaway layup. And Jenkins will go to the line. It's a 1-and-1, and this is going to come down to free throws. If you're Tupelo, you've got to convert to finish this one off. As we approach 1 o'clock Central Time, it's game 2 of the Lighthouse Thanksgiving Classic. Lots of tremendous action coming your way. It'll be Callaway and Cordova next, a Mississippi and Tennessee battle, and it promises to be a good one. We'll tell you about the recruits and all the big-time athletes in that one. We'll tell you about that in a second. Jenkins cans the first. Jenkins now with 18. Deep breath at the line. Trying to slow the heart rate down, make it feel like a practice free throw instead of a game free throw. And he does. He knocks down that one as well. 4 for his last 4 at the line. Williams into the front court. Nellums now. And then Lausanne really doesn't have time to set up offense. They need a move, and that's not what they needed, a turnover. Here comes Jones the other way, coasting for an easy 2. Jones now with 15, and that may do it. It's a 9-point advantage for Tupelo. Under a half a minute to play, 25 seconds. Here's Williams, scoop shot, no good. Tupelo is going to get out of this game with the win. It was a hard-fought contest. It'll be Jenkins dribbling into the front court, gives it to Hereford. 11 seconds on the clock. It looks as if you're final, and it will be. There will be no more shots taken. 53-44. Tupelo advances to 7-0 in what was a great contest against Lausanne. And Lausanne has nothing to be too ashamed of. They showed very well in this one. First game of the season. It's a tall order going against Tupelo. They come up on the short end. But that was some contest. We're in it now. It's the Lighthouse Thanksgiving Classic. We'll come back for game number 3 here in just a second. It'll be Callaway and Cordova tipping in about 10, maybe 11 minutes from now. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned to the SUVTV.com.